It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to walk you through a couple of different cameras that we have here. Across Northeast Ohio. Certainly this is the one we were just looking at. I know it's a little faint, but you can see the green there starting to kind of mix in along the horizon. Oh, I'm going to go back real quick. This is the moon you can see up there. We don't have a ton of light pollution from the moon tonight, so that is actually going to make this more vibrant in the sky. This is actually our Parma Tower camera, so we have it zoomed out a little bit. You're actually getting a little bit of pink in there, as I have to kind of take a step back because we have a little bit of glare here, but you can actually see some of the pink, and then there's some of that green that's starting to pop up on the horizon. We really had to get past sunset so that we didn't have any of that light pollution pretty much left. For folks down in New Philly, yes, this is visible for you too. This is what your view looks like right now outside. You can see a lot of that green. It just utterly amazing. And we're likely going to continue to see better odds of this as we go through the next couple of hours. So we said 10 p.m., that was going to be a pretty moderate chance. And the likelihood is, as this solar storm continues, we're actually going to see that continue to climb here as we get closer to midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Our biggest battle then as we head into the overnight will obviously be some of this cloud cover that we have to talk about with our next opportunity for some showers and storms working back in. But again, enjoy tonight because this is amazing. The one thing we will watch for, and you can already start to see it out across parts of Southwest Michigan, there's actually a little bit of cloud cover starting to roll in, so we will certainly keep an eye on that as this next area of low pressure comes in, especially for areas west of Cleveland. But enjoy this sight that's out there now. Truly, we don't have much in the way of cloud cover here, which honestly may be the more incredible thing for Northeast Ohio. When we usually have these better setups, it always seems like the cloud cover is one of our biggest battles. Not the case tonight. Temperatures, if you're headed outside to view this, we are sitting into the lower 50s, Jeff. I feel like it's just that very faint glow out on the horizon. These are dancing in the sky above us. I mean, it is incredible. This is
what you think of when you think of it.
Yeah, this is picture perfect. And if you have one of those long exposure cameras and you go outside, you're going to get some really great views of it tonight. So please make sure you step out and enjoy this spectacular event. What's happening is we're actually getting into what's called a solar maximum. So the sun goes through its cycles. It has a lot of sunspots on the sun. And so the more sunspots you have, the more solar activity you tend to get. And kind of like our own atmosphere, the atmosphere in space also creates its own kinds of storms. It's all electromagnetic type of fields that are being pushed out from the sun. But when it hits Earth's magnetic field, of course, Earth's magnetic field's trying to protect us. But as those particles enter our atmosphere, this is what you get when you see the northern lights. So you see that gorgeous view from New Philly. You've got the green here. You have a little bit of that pink starting to mix in as well, indicating that we're beyond just that little faint green glow on the horizon. You can see it from our camera out in Madison. Same can be said even in downtown, though you have to look a little closer because you are getting a little bit of that light pollution. But if you look close, you can see a little bit of the green right here, and you can see a little bit of that pink there. And certainly, I mean, this is going to be a spectacular night. We couldn't have asked for a better forecast. You've got clear skies in place, and you have basically just a very thin sliver left of the moon. So you're not getting a ton of moonlight pollution basically happening. And I know this camera was doing this just a second ago, and I kind of have to step back a little bit just because of how our studio lights are. But if you look closely, you can actually see those lights dancing and moving around just a little bit more. This is our Parma Tower camera pointed out over the lake, so you can pick out some of the stars and certainly some of the planets. But again, if you're looking out over the lake, you're going to see a fantastic view. This is likely going to still stick with us here over the next couple of hours, so I do suggest getting out now because, kind of like regular weather, these values can certainly change a little bit as we continue to see the impact of basically this magnetic field basically impacting Earth. But again, I do anticipate between now and about 2 o'clock in the morning, we should still have some pretty decent viewing conditions of the aurora. Now, once we get past this, we are going to be watching for some increasing clouds, and that comes in tonight out ahead of our next system. That will bring us some rain. It'll bring us some storm chances for your Saturday, so do keep that in mind, especially if you are trying to make some of those outdoor plans. But if you're stepping out tonight, maybe dress a little bit warmer. We do have some of those temperatures falling out of the 50s and into the 40s. There's a little bit of that cloud cover that we'll be battling here over the next couple of hours. Rain chances still well to our west. We have time before that moves its way into our area. So temperatures over the next couple of hours, you'll see we're low 50s now, eventually headed for the mid 40s by about 2 o'clock in the morning. Here's your forecast again as we look at your future view. Not a whole lot of cloud cover or cloud pollution happening until we get closer, I would say, to about 2-3 o'clock in the morning as that rain starts to close in. I do think we'll get one batch of rain first thing in the morning, then a little bit of clearing back behind it, and then you'll see more of those spotty showers and thunderstorms throughout the area tomorrow. Not a guarantee that it's going to be a complete washout of your afternoon, but it is something we'll watch for. Lightning, of course, as well as some of that small hail possible. I don't think storms will be severe, but it is something we will have to watch for. And clearly, in my excitement, I pulled up the wrong 7-day. The numbers are right. Don't worry about the icons here. You will see temperatures are basically headed for the 70s on Monday, and then we will see more of those 60s and 70s as more rain chances do come back into the picture by the end of this next week. All right, we talked